Hey, what's going on, pilots? Today we're going to be going over the AIM-120C5 AMRAAM. We're going to be talking about the new performance, air-to-air timeline planning, and going over some Tacview examples as well. And just as a disclaimer, the AMRAAM is still going under extensive testing for the autopilot as well as the mid-course guidance. And with that being said, this video is not telling you exactly what the AMRAAM can do in real life, but this is what the AMRAAM can do in 2.5.6 with the new open beta. And ED in the last month has spent a lot of time on the AIM-120 missile CFD research, and they have obtained many aerodynamic parameters such as pitching moment, normal force coefficients, and dampening moments. And to ensure realistic maneuverability, plausible control, and stability characteristics, they performed over 200 virtual wind tunnel tests at different control fin deflections and various Mach numbers and angles of attack. And provided here are the screenshots that they provided us during a weekend news update, which I thought was actually pretty cool. So what we have here is a graph that was created by Nighthawk in the DCS forums. And what he did is he created a graph inside of Excel with all the Tacview information with speeds and altitudes. And one thing to take note is the orange line right here shows the 120 that's lofted stays airborne for a lot longer with a greater airspeed due to the thinner air at altitude. So next thing we want to talk about is air-to-air timeline. And I got this idea from episode 71 of the Fighter Pilot podcast. And it's on air-to-air mission planning. If you haven't listened to this podcast yet, I'd recommend listening to the podcast as well as this episode. And what they were talking about in the episode is having a timeline for when you hit a certain point, you need to make a decision to continue or turn around. And I never really thought about it, but what I'm trying to get at is when I used to fly in DCS online, if somebody foxed a missile at me 25 miles out, previous to 2.5.6, I never really thought about it because I knew the missile didn't have enough energy, but now my timeline has increased due to the updated AIM-120 performance. So what I'm getting at is you need to figure out what your own personal timeline is for air-to-air mission planning for certain aircraft at certain altitudes and airspeeds. So next we're going to get into Tacview, and I want to stress the importance of Tacview because I use Tacview all the time to figure out what I'm doing wrong, increase my situational awareness, and also see what other players are doing to help better myself. And what really got me motivated to make this video was watching other players doing these ridiculous 40+ mile shots and getting kills. So what I wanted to do is create several different examples at different altitudes and aspects so you can all understand and help create your timeline for when you think you should fox your own Fox 3 missile. So right now we're both about 60 miles out and we're both at Angels 33, and when I spawned in I went to full gate to get as much airspeed on the aircraft as possible. Now you can pull off these 60 mile shots if you're about 50,000 feet and going Mach 1.6, but the thing you have to remember is that there's an 80-second timer inside the AMRAAM for the battery itself, and once the battery goes dead, the missile goes to 0G and that missile is now dead. So here we are at Angels 33, and I found after several different testing that about 45 nautical miles at Angels 33 and Mach 1.5, I can fox a Fox 3, and if the bandit does not defend, my missile can actually connect with the bandit. Now, if Bullet decides to defend here, he's most likely going to defeat the missile due to the kinetic energy with the current autopilot in the AMRAAM. Also, it's pretty easily spoofed by chaff at the moment. Now keep in mind this is what you can do right now inside of DCS with the current 2.5.6 patch, and just remember this is not any realistic numbers, these are only inside the sim or the game itself. Now after I did this recording, I created my own timeline, and I found that if I'm up high online and PvP servers, and when I mean up high, I'm usually above 30,000 feet, I can successfully achieve a high probability of kill from 30 to 40 nautical miles out. So what I'm getting at is if I'm in the F-18 or the F-16 and I check my HSD or SA page, and I see somebody about 30 nautical miles out, I'm always going to be on my toes and frosty, ready to defend against an AMRAAM possibly coming at my face. And you can see right here, my AMRAAM is actually going Mach 2.3 right at impact. And that was a successful kill. So our next example here, we're actually at a 0 aspect, Angels 33, and I went into gates right away. And the same thing is I launched the missile outside my DLZ, and at about 15 nautical miles, I could still pull off a kill with somebody going cold at 0 aspect at Angels 33. So let's take a look at this example again from a side view, and as you can see, I'm about 15.5 nautical miles, Mach 1.1, Angels 33, and I fox the Fox 3, and you can see it lofts up in the air. And right now, Bullet has no idea that I actually foxed this Fox 3 because I locked him up in Twiz, or a track while scan, and foxed the missile. And we'll just fast forward here just a little bit, and you can see right here from the side view at Mach 2.1 that we have a successful kill on our bandit. So to continue along, this is a different aspect and low altitude. We're right above the ground, 0 aspect, and about 4 nautical miles I can fox a Fox 3, and the missile has enough energy to connect with a cold bandit if he does not defend. Now keep in mind, if he was low, he can actually drive the missile into the ground, but also remember that the air is more dense down low, which helps slow the missile down tremendously. And as you can see right here, the missile is actually at 2.3 Mach, but in our testing, anything above 4 nautical miles, the missile did not have enough energy to actually connect on a cold 0 aspect target. So continuing on, here's a 1.8 aspect. We're down low, Angels 1, going Mach 1.1, and I could actually achieve a 14 nautical mile Fox 3 kill on a non-maneuvering target, which is actually really good for considering how dense the air is down low. And considering in the 0 aspect example, the missile can only achieve a 4 nautical mile kill at our current altitude and speed of Mach 1.1. Alright, so it's time to provide a real-world experience. On the 104 server, here I am, a 1.8 aspect. I'm at Angels 35, Mach 0.9, and I'm 35 nautical miles away. There's 3 Tomcats coming at me, Angels 30 and 26 respectively, and I foxed 3 AMRAAMs at them. 2 of them are tracking, 1 of them was not tracking. So this is a real-world scenario. This was on the 104th server. So there is some server desync at the moment, so please don't mind that. That is on the latest open beta. As you can see when all 3 Tomcats go defensive. They all in unison go defensive because they all got the active warning. The lead takes a missile right in the belly, and the second guy here on the right, he should have died as well, at least from my perspective. But if you watch, you can see the desync happens and the missile loses track. But all I wanted to show, besides the desync here, is that at 35 nautical miles, below Mach 1, I was able to fox 3 AMRAAMs and get almost 2 kills. And yes, this video is all about AMRAAMs, but I can't forget about my kitty, talking about the Tomcat and the Phoenix. And I want to show this example right here because when you think you're safe, you're not. And I've been in this situation before where I was cold, going home RTB, and I thought I was safe, and I was not. And I actually got killed. And I want to show this. This is actually a 50 nautical mile Fox 3. Now to achieve this, I was at Angels 44 and Mach 1.4 in full gates. And I foxed this Fox 3 50 nautical miles out. And even when you think you're safe, you're not. So I know I've been in this situation before where I was RTB, my guard is down, I get an active warning, and I don't really react to it because I think I'm safe. But this just shows you that a Tomcat can actually get a 50 nautical mile kill on a 0 aspect target. This was a different type of video for me. I hope you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed putting this video together for you all. It's free of charge. Remember, there's lots of free content out there for you guys. And please subscribe and let me know in the comments below what kind of missile shots you guys got and what kind of kills you've gotten. Thank you.